Hello, welcome everybody to this math class, auto guide math class, where I provide solution to IGCSE past question, a real-time solution to IGCSE past question. In this class, in this video, I will continue from where I stopped in the previous class. In the previous class, I started from number 1 to number 11 of this series solution to IGCSE past question. In this video, I'm going to continue from question number 12. Question number 12 here is a question that requires us to calculate an estimate of the mean of a group data as shown in the slide above. Before I will dive into this question, the solution of this question, I want to clarify a little thing about the two Cambridge or the two curricula that is very common, which is the Nigeria curriculums and the Cambridge curriculums. In statistics, the presentation of the question is different. Even though the mode of solving the question is the same, but the presentation of the question of the two curricula differ. In Cambridge exam, the group data, the class interval is presented using inequality. Unlike in WAEC, where the class interval is presented using the interval, use an interval, let's say from 40 to 60 or so on. So where like 40 to 60, then 60 to 80, or so on, using this mode. But in Cambridge exam, they use interval, they use statistic, that's 40 less than t less than equals to 60. So this is different from this. This Cambridge, this WAEC. Then 60 less than t less than equals to 80. You see, this is the presentation, this is Cambridge presentation, while this one is WAEC. We are presenting their class interval. So you have to take note of that, although they are the same. Then also, the class interval varied in Cambridge setting. The class interval varied, while in WAEC, the class interval are constant. The class intervals are constant. So why in Cambridge exam, the class interval varied, like I said. So these are little things you need to take note for those of us running the two curricula and want to do WAEC at the same time Cambridge exam. So I will now start the solution to see how we can find an estimate of this mean. In doing so, then I will construct a column for the solution. So let's construct a table. So I'm presenting it in tabular form. The time t here, which is I will refer to as class interval. The class interval. So I call it class interval. So sometimes it might be referred to as class mark. So I'm calling it class interval here. Then like I said, it's presented using inequality. 40 less than t less than equals to 60. 60 less than t less than equals to 80. 80 less than t less than equals to 90. then 90 less than t less than equals to 100, then from 100 less than t less than equals to 150. You see why the first two classes has class interval of 2020. The third one and the fourth one has class interval of 1010, while the fifth class has a class interval of 50. You see that there is variation in class interval, like I said. Then the frequency here is given. This one is frequency. I'm using F for the frequency. So this one will be 6. This one is given as 10. This is given as 70. This is 84. And this one is 30. All right. Then from the mean formula, which is x bar, is equals to summation of fx over summation of f. So this is the formula for mean. So if this is the formula for mean, there is need for us to create a column for x, and that x is what is referred to as mid value. Mid value, since what we have here is a group data. So since a group data, we create a mid value. So the mid value is x, and the mid value can be calculated by adding the lower class interval plus upper class interval and divided by 2 for each. So the lower class interval for the first class here is 40 plus 60, then divided by 2. Then we have 100, which is divided by 2, that's 50. Then 60 plus 80 divided by 2, that's 70. Then 80 plus 90 divided by 2, sorry, this one is 85. 90 plus 100 divided by 2, that's 95. Then 100 divided by 150 100 plus 150 divided by 2, that's 250 divided by 2, that's 125. All right. Then from the formula, we need to create a column for f times x, that's fx. So we multiply frequency times the mid value for each class. That's 6 times this, that's 300. 10 times 70, that's 700. Then 70 times 85. So let's use that's 70 times 85. This one is 5950. Then the next thing is 84 times 95. So we have 7980. Then we have 30 multiplied by 125 is 3,750. So the mean is summation of fx. That means all the column for fs, we add every number there along fs columns. That's as the summation. So to do that, we have the last one as 3,750. Then we add the next one. The next, that's 7980 plus 5950 plus 700 plus 700 plus 300. Right, so this give 18,000 Let me see. 18,680 divided by summation of f. Summation of f is given here, which is the 200 student. As well, you can add all the column f, everything in column f. When you add it, you have 200. So this dividing this, since we have this divided by 200, so the answer will be 93.4, which is the answer. That's 93.4. So this one, and it's 4 mark. All right, then the next question is this. It said in figure 2, a new table with different class interval is completed. And you can see the new table. The class interval is from 40 to 90. The other one is from 90 to 150. The frequency is given 86, 114 as given above. They say on a histogram, the height of the bar for the first interval, which is 40 to 90 interval, is 17.2. Calculate the height of the bar for the next. When a height is required, of a histogram is required for a group data, so you need to calculate to get the height. You use frequency. We are going to use frequency density. Frequency density is equals to frequency over class interval. So the frequency density for this class interval, which is the first class interval here, is 86. That's 86 divided by the class interval is from 40 to 90. That's 50. And if you divide that, so to give us 86 divided by 50, which is equals to 1.72. But 1.72 centimeter, 1.72 is the frequency density. But the actual height here is 17.2. To get the actual height, which is height between the class interval of 40 less than t less than 90, will be equals to the frequency density of that one times 10, so that we can get 17.2. So this one gives 17.2 centimeter as given. The same method we use to calculate to get this 17.2, we use it for the next class to get the same thing. So the frequency density for this that is required here will now be 114 divided by the class interval here from 90 to 150 is 60. So by so doing, if you divide it, I have 114 divided by 60. This one gives 1.9. And 1.9 is the frequency density. To get the height, as we use here, the height from between 90 less than t less than for this class interval less than equals to 150, it will now be equals to 1.9 times 10 also, because we multiply the height, we also multiply by 10 as we have to be able to get the exact height given here. So when you multiply by 10, this one gives 19. So the answer to this will be equals to 19 centimeter. All right, that's for that. Then the next question. The next question is this: where is number 13 is on ratio. We're given that the ratio of Alex ratio Bobby, using B for Bobby, then Chris, the ratio is 3:2:2, and the total ratio will be, when you add everything here, 3 plus 2 plus 2 will give us 7. And if Chris received 12 strawberry, then calculate the total number of strawberries shared. Then the Chris share, we said Chris share of the strawberry will be the ratio of Chris, which is 2, over the total ratio, which is 7, times the total strawberry shared, which we are required to calculate. Let's call it Y. And remember, we're given that Chris received what? 12. So we'll put 12, that's the share for Chris. So 2 times this one will give you 2Y over 7. If I cross multiply this, so let me call this one over 1. By cross multiplication, let me continue from here. I will have that 2Y, which is, I'm going to cross multiply like this. 2Y times 1 is equals to 12 times 7. And 12 times 7 give me 84. Then by solving, Y will be equals to 84 divided by 2, which is equals to 42. So the total strawberry altogether before sharing will be 42. So that's the answer for the total strawberry. Then B part said in a sale, the shop reduces all prices by 12%. You know, most of the shop, after the tag price, you see some slash, or we call it discount. So given maybe as a result that maybe you, most of the times, is maybe you are paying cash, or you want to buy much from them, so they can what, give you discounts. So they said, Dina, buy a book which has an original price of 6.5, that's $6.50. Calculate how much Dina pay for the book. So to calculate that, we said that the actual price, which is the original price before the discounts. Remember that the original price is 100% minus the discount. The discount price given, that's will be what? Then will be equals to amount paid. That's the cost price. So let's look at it in this perspective. So when I subtract 12 from 100, so give me what? 88%. So the cost price after the discounts of 12% is 88%. So if Dina buy a book which has an original price of this 6.5, so if this one is 6.5, so the cost, and we have to calculate how much Dina pay for the book, that is the cost price. So the cost price after the deduction is the cost price, which is this one, will be equals to 88 over 100 times what? The original price, which is given here as 6.50. So this will be 88 times 6.50 divided by 100. And that's 5.72. 5.72 That's $5. So the answer is 5.72. That's $5.72. So this is the cost price after the discount of 12%. Then the next question is, this Elu pay $11 for a toy. Calculate the original price of the toy. Remember, it's still the same question. In this question, Elu as well enjoy the 12% reduction of that discount. That's reduction of from the original price. And if Elu finally pay the cost price of 11, which is the cost price. So the cost price let me say Elu cost price is equals to 88% as well, because he enjoyed 12% reduction times the original price. And that original price, we don't know it. So let's call it X. And if Elu cost price now is $11, so then this one is 88x over 100. So if I cross multiply, let's cross multiply this. So this gives me 88x is equals to 11 times 1, that's 100. Sorry, 1100. Then by so doing, x will be equals to 1100 divided by 88. So by dividing both sides by 88, I have 1100 divided by 88. So this is 12.5. So on 12.5, same thing as finally I have 12.50. That's $12.50. So that's what is tagged on the product before the discounts of $12, 12% reduction, and finally Elu was allowed to pay $11 for the price. All right, for the product. Then the next question is number 14. Number 14, this question is on a radioactive substance decay at an exponential rate of 2% per day. The initial mass is 80 grams. Find the mass at the end of 5 days. This, we use formula of amounts P1, that's reduction, since it is a reduction, that's decaying, which is, we use minus here, R over 100, then raised to power of T. If it is appreciation, something that is appreciating, so like gold, gold appreciate, so we use plus, but it's a reduction. It's a radioactive substance that decreases, so we use minus. Then what is going to be the amount after 5 days, and the rate of reduction is 2%. So the amount after the initial gram, that's 80, then 1 minus the rate of reduction is 2 over 100. Then rest of the number of days we observe reduction to be, that's 5 days. So this we can use calculator on this one directly as follow. So this is 80. Then you introduce your bracket, and you put 1, then minus, then invoke your fraction, then put 2 there, 2, then take it down, divide by 100, then go to the mode, then close the bracket, then raised to power of, so this is the power, then 5. So this is how to use calculator for this. So the answer will be this 72314. 72.314. All right. So if this, so let's write it here, 72.314 gram. Then the second question, which is from figure 2, find how many more whole day after day 5 it takes for the mass to reduce to less than 67 gram. If the gram must reduce less than 67 gram, I can write the amount, still using the same formula. Is still principal 1, still reduction over the rate of reduction, that's over t. But if the amount must be less than 6.7, I can write the amount to be 66.999, right? This number is less than 6.7. Will be equals to, since we have how many more day. So that means the principal here, which is the initial something, is will be what the answer we got from, or this data will be 72.314. Then open it as 1 minus the rate is still 2% reduction, then t. Then in this I have to divide both sides by, so remove this 72.314. I will divide both sides by 72, so that this one give me 66.99 divided by 72.314 is equals to, so since I'm dividing both sides, divide by, and I also divide this one by that, and this one will cancel this one, so we left it 1 minus 2 over 0, all in bracket, raised to power of t. So if I divide this, let's invoke our calculator. So this is 66.999999 divided by 72.314. So I have this very plenty number. So let me write it out. Or let's say 0.9265, 0.92650. Right? You can write everything. Since the calculator has given it to you, 10925 is equals to, so 1 minus 2 divided by that, this one is 0.02, then you subtract, that's going to be 9. So let me do that.